Welcome back, and you see we're on board with a car.
Safety car boards and flags 1 lap of safety car, restart at the line.
And not just that, we also have now some more wind, 18 kilometers an hour, crosswind on start-finish straight. From pit lane side to grandstand side, left to right in your book.
So thanks for staying with us. Stuart Baker is leading the field around the track. There we see the number one, Matti Vantiavi, just behind him.
Even with the shortening of the actual driving part, we're still half an hour over, well, at the moment.
That's true.
Point the 29 general car spun! Oh dear.
Gets the allowance to overtake the GT2 car, so what you see here is legal. But of course it's now at the end of the GT1 field.
It's quite a big gap at GT2 field, what's that all about? Like a massive gap between the top three and the rest.
Stuart Baker full throttle, pacing away.
They're rowing away.
Boating away.
Yeah, they're rowing away because it's a boat.
Oh yeah, okay. See what you did there. Showing you now the restart of the race from
Green flag.
the Gen R29.
Didn't overtake before the line because he wasn't ahead.
Up in front!
Oh, very close between those three cars in turn one, Koskinen, Lind and Ventiavi. Contact between Morgan Trolle and Major, and Morgan Trolle, where did he end up? Is he spun? Looks like he's spun because he's now dead last in the whole train. He will not be happy about that.
He wasn't happy about the whole situation of red flag that it took so long, and now
I don't think anyone was, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, Gabaleski! He ran wide, he returned, but no harm.
Except for a few positions lost.
Yeah. But no flip or anything like that. Dennis Lind to the inside of Ventiavi!
Overtaking at that corner, you gotta be either really brave or really stupid. I'm not sure which one. That was almost very wide.
And now Koskinen in the back.
That's not enough, not enough.
And yeah.
Oh, it's enough now, but it's too late. Oh, Lind in the draft of Ventiavi now.
Ooh! And Koskinen.
Ventiavi back in the draft. Goes to the outside for one. Lind covers the inside line. Contact. They both get loose and now Koskinen's right alongside both of them. Will he get... Oh, and Ventiavi bumps Lind. That's not very nice. Lind spins Koskinen. That is absolutely stupid. What on earth was that about?
Oh, and Koskinen causes for Mayhem in GT2 while rejoining.
GT1 actually.
Oh yeah, GT1 actually.
GT2 is far. But I'm not sure. That looked like... I'm not sure they should have been side by side there, but... Well...
I mean, it's still a 10-hour race left.
I think it was a stupid move, to be honest.
I'm totally with you, it was.
That which will 110% get protested by call. I am 100% sure about that.
But Doriads with a very, very slidey exit of the corner.
Looks like the cars are having a bit of a tailwind into that chicane at the bottom where the Grand Prix, where the historic turn is. They're all running very wide through there now, which they didn't before.
Lind now with a bit of air between him and Lydon.
Oh, huge mistake from all of them almost, except for Goik and... that's not Goik, is it? It's Vidovias. Vidovias tries to get the better of the situation, but gets the door shut by Ventiavi.
And Lydon very narrow to the tires there. In a very bad angle. But somehow he stayed on track and now he's the closest to Lind because the rest lost meters. Like others wish they lost kilos.
Yeah, indeed.
Koskinen into the pit lane.
I'm no surprise that car was pretty totaled, but... in my opinion he gave enough room, but well, only had that split second of it, so... at the moment I would say that was clearly Lind's fault.
And Lind is doing some D1 GPing.
He's trying to be number one. But got a very nice exit there, so no attack from Lydon down this straight. And Lin run right! Oh my god.
Putting a tire down onto the green stuff is not a good idea. Meanwhile, I can tell you that number 7 took the time and put all the needed stuff onto the skin again.
But they just had the skin, all they had to do was put it on, so...
There was enough time, so either way.
No, well, yes, but they used that same skin in the last race, so...
What Doriads in the slipstream of Vintiavi. Going around the outside. But having more
Easy.
momentum climbing the hill.
But Vintiavi might be able to launch an attack into the hairpin, and he's trying to, and gets the inside. Not exactly the most ferocious of exits though, but seemingly enough to hold the Conquest car off for now.
And even getting a gap that avoids an attack. Oh dear, what a restart.
And we didn't even see all the GT stuff except for Morton Troller being pushed around like a shopping trolley in turn 1.
Looking at the rest of the world.
Oh,
let's let
big train behind 71 Gracia. Oh dear, this is just asking for an accident. They're 4 wide on the front straight. Oh, and Router squeezes them! What the hell is he doing? No, please don't! Oh god. How did they not crash?
Well,
I don't quite understand. But now they still have a 5-car train. But now with Ramsep as the first car. You gotta be kidding me.
woo! Meow!
Oh, GT1 coming through. Oh dear, where's he gonna go? Oh, and... oh dear god. Jonas Koskinen is a bit adventurous with his overtaking maneuvers right now.
Well, but this helped Routsup to get away a bit. So actually that one lap killed the train, or better to say, it shrunk the train.
Yeah, well, yeah, but everyone's still bucking up behind Garcia.
Still 4 cars, and now Trolley is just in the middle. With Jack Sedgwick on the outside, inside, everywhere.
I think it seems like there is headwind coming up the back straight before that hairpin on the top of the hill. Because the cars seem like they're really not that rev happy up the hill. They kind of just cough up there.
feeling that the group will grow a bit again. Rata doesn't really seem to get away. And from the back there are some cars approaching. Especially Velikov, sorry. Trolley alongside Garcia.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh well.
It's gonna be difficult. He should have it on the inside through there.
In the background it was Katila and the 61 team having some off-road experience. Man, Rally Dakar is in South America. Not in Western.
Still?
Western. Oh.
Oh, we have a nice split between Yaltine and Remco Major. Or battle-ish until Jonas Koskinen had to lap him. But that's relatively close for a second there. Well, lap him, I mean, get back in front of him.
Get back to the GT1s. That's battle for second in class. Yaltine for Infinity Sports.
For me, they don't have a skin for some reason, but well.
For me, they have.
Must be the great bug again that you sometimes get when skin doesn't get loaded.
Tyne taking a sniff at the diffuser of the car in front. Still a rather compact GT2 field. That said, all GT2 cars except for Lazar are actually in one sector.
Not surprising since we've been going for 3 minutes.
Would be more surprised if it was already 2 hours and 20 into the race.
It looks like lap times are very much slower compared to what we saw earlier with the wind we have now. It's a pretty nasty angle, but it's blowing over the track.
Tyne side by side. Ooh. Outside. Going around.
Oh, and gets around!
Outside overtaking, move into second position of GT2 class. And it should be enough to stay in front at the braking zone.
Yeah, easy. even after these few laps, Patrick Schulte is already pulling away again.
Yeah, the rest of the world team. It is formed by Patrick Schulte, Laszlo Kovac, Roman Maris, and Ricardo Costa. Yeah, and they are pretty easy ahead. Now in the background you see the second and third car, but it's already some gap. Going to be interesting to see over the next couple of laps.
It's almost bigger than any other gap in GT2 right now.
Yes. I mean, the rest of the field is pretty much within 2 corners. For example, 88 and 63. That's Iron Club and Virus.
63 is so close you can read the number plate of that car in front of.
Number plate that says Iron. But the virus car is losing quite significant on the straight, it seems. Maybe that's just because of the exit, but...
The exit and the chicane is everything for the straight here.
You can even read the GB on the number plate. So close they are.
Oh god! They're both drifting around. And now, Virus is gonna have to draft. Virus number 63 that is, because there are about half a dozen of them. Only 3 actually, so I'm not really saying the truth. It's actually a quarter of a dozen.
True.
And it looks like that move is, well, not gonna be repaid anytime soon without a mistake.
And if you look behind, among others, the trolley car, which is currently fighting with Relents, with Mr. Polar Bear. Lars Wielendzek. Trolley goes to the outside. Up the hill. Doesn't have such a run on the opal colored car. And but now has the inside.
Yeah, but he went too slow for that chicane, and he's gonna be repassed by that 89 car.
Very easy, very early. Too early? Braking zone? No.
Or too late for 89.
And cars come from behind. That's Jack Sedgwick and
Velikov,
Velikov.
who just had a nice drift out of that chicane.
And Sedgwick's off, losing position. You might have seen it in the background.
It really seems like just when you're turning into that left-right, that after you're straightening up, after turning left, that's when the tailwind really kicks in and it just runs you out wide. And it doesn't seem like it's very pleasant to drive.
It's not just a problem of the GT2 cars, we've seen it in GT1 and the one or the other occasion already. Trolley in slipstream, again the outside. Slightly better run compared to previous lap. But the inside stays for the Opel.
Surely if you're gonna have an Opel Calibra DTM car, does that mean you're gonna quit before the end of the season and never come back? Oh, and Iron Club time's out. Oh dear, not this again, please.
Side by side. Well, isn't it an advantage that the Opel Calibra had four-wheel drive?
Well, yeah, but as soon as you touch it once, half of the bodywork falls off and you have to retire.
Oh, what happened to Sedgwick? That car looks...
Some kind of spin, and he must have hit something from the look of it.
Ooh.
At least he hasn't rolled.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, hello, Isaac.
Now with us, Isaac Price.
Isaac, I already heard you like the wind in this session a lot.
Well, I haven't driven the wind in this session yet, but
It looks very nice, I have to say.
The
It's
wind
blowing
in
like
the
across
session
everything.
the wind in the session I drove was pretty terrible. So I think this one's worse. So
This one is blowing directly. It is a direct tailwind into that left-right on the bottom of the hill. Up the hill, the cars are really struggling in 6th gear to maintain revs.
Just
So,
to
yeah.
complete the story, trolley now around Wilansk, the Wilensek. So yeah, how was it to drive in the sprint race?
well, with our set, I knew that we should sort of take it a bit easier in the first lap, so that was what I did. And then pretty much. I then threw all that away because I was raging at the fact that, yes, he spoke to me in TeamSpeak just before braking zone, and then I went and outbraked myself and completely flat spotted my right front tyre, which was like the main tyre that was heating a lot more because of the wind. So that, and then I failed a bit more, but in the end it worked out okay. I got used to it, but it kind of made it quite tricky because the tyres got a lot colder at the end of the stint, and but in my second stint I was feeling confident and I was getting the hang of it, and then they red flagged the race, so
there was a lot of packet loss on the whole data center pretty much.
Ventiavi around the outside.
Oh dear. Or not quite.
Well, then sticks to the inside and prevents the position loss.
and Yavi couldn't stay close enough through the last corner to get a run on him.
Yeah, he had a slide on entry, and correcting that made him lose some meters.
Since you've been in that car, can you take us around the lap?
Well, probably be a good idea for me to sort of actually see what's going on with the wind first, but it looks pretty horrific to drive.
It's 18 kilometers pretty much horizontal across the start-finish straight from left to right. Which isn't the best of winds to have. And Sean getting the better run on a corner where a better exit probably could have resulted in a draft. Remember what kind of top speeds you had on the back straight before the hairpin on the top of a hill?
Was that aimed at me?
Yes. Seeing as you're the guy who's been driving in this channel, yes.
I don't really remember because I spent so long driving with the other wind that I've sort of forgot, but I think it's slower, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is as well. That's
I know
why
that Matty was complaining the last sector's really hard now, but there's going to be another
on the straight.
Yep, indeed.
I think he's. Oh no, Sean's got his draft. He's closing in on him again.
Ooh, almost running out of revs there.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's a lot of drifting there.
And Sean concedes the position.
Probably a better idea.
I was wincing there, and then.
So we saw what could happen before if you don't agree with what the other guy's doing.
Yeah, right at the start, pretty much.
Oh, and Dennis Link gets a drive-through penalty. Well, I wonder what that is for.
I actually don't know what happened.
Avoidable contact
car
with
into
car
the wall.
33.
Right, so that's the accident that happened on the restart then.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
That'll certainly cost him the lead.
And car 33 gets a penalty for an unsafe rejoin. Which is
That
what
was
I
also a
said the contact with Last Lap Motorsports was. Who came out of the chicane and suddenly there was a core car returning to track.
That works out pretty good for NX then, seeing as they were the two teams that seemed to have the best pace overall.
Overall, this turns out to be something more of an FZR track, to be honest. Didn't actually expect, well, such a big difference. The difference isn't probably actually that big, but it's still enough.
Well, I mean, we tested both, and XR was competitive at the start of the stint compared to FZR, but at the end of the stint, it couldn't gain as much. But
exactly, that's the thing. It fails to gain as much from losing the weight and wearing down the tread. And even
I think it was more just the way that the tyres got colder, and it was
yeah,
harder
exactly.
to...
Actually, the tyres are at their best way before they're actually worn out. That's what I still remember. Although it's ages since I've done this combo. When I mean ages, I mean 3.5 weeks or something. But for me, that's too long.
Obviously with FZR, there's two different approaches you can take. You can take the sort of R3, R3 set, which should be better for the heat peak, or you can take the R2, R3 set, which should be better at the end. But with the wind, it's it's a lot trickier to drive an R2, R3 set than an R3, R3 set. But R2, R3 overall should be faster, so...
Koskinen served drive-through?
It seems logical in case there's a safety car or something to get out of the way as quickly as possible. I would have thought Dennis, he's going to catch a load of traffic, so perhaps he should have pitted last lap. But I think actually the traffic he's about to catch should be okay, but I would pit now.
But if he had pitted, then he wouldn't have been the first guy to catch the traffic, and usually that's an advantage.
Well, I think he's going to catch them on the straight, he's not going to lose anything.
Is that the trolley train he's got in front of himself?
Well, the former trolley train. It's the Sedgwick train.
Business cat train.
Business cat train.
Everyone has to wait while he's trying to catch the red dot.
Cars flying everywhere, and there goes Dennis Lind into the pit lane.
That definitely means Ventavi will take the lead, and Lynn and the Vadovias will also go past.
We'll be close with Dakovic.
Dennis comes out.
Looks like Dennis should be able to hold on to it.
Dennis has got it, yeah. Still first to fourth. Just because he wasn't, he didn't back out of a move he could have made 2 corners later.
But, well, he lost the advantage he gained from getting clear, but he's still in contact with the lead group. It's not as bad as it could have been.
Well, yes, but still. No, if you have the choice between just being first and being first and fourth and having to get back to first, I think being first is the more desirable option.
Battle sort of between Core and Race Green, and Core easy round after poor exit
For-
of race green.
For a second, I thought I was laughing. Because the race green car was so slow on the stick, but yeah, not quite. Oh. Oh no, wait, it's not quite a trolley train.
Oof! Went Yavi through the Stankus
Yeah, exactly,
train.
that's what I meant. Nice collection of cars there.
You know, I fear that this is going to be like in Mario Kart, that those groups are always being brought back together. So even with 6 hours into the race, we suddenly have such a train.
Isn't that Gran Turismo 2? I don't know. I hate these racing games where, you know, the AI will just suddenly go 3 times as quickly through corners because you're 4 seconds ahead or something. And 55.
55 GT2 just span in front of the GT1 leader.
Nice.
That's ASEX.
ASX spinning in front of NX. The irony.
But he's going and heading in the right direction.
Meanwhile, the Stankus train is getting worked on. Oh! Stankus gets pinned!
Oh! Oh dear. That could have been avoided.
Yes. And this brings Nikki and Vidoria, no, not Nikki, Dennis and Vidoria together.
But hey, as Jonas Gunnan does the fastest lap of the race, well...
Just about a second
this
faster
race.
than what NX have done so far, so... really is.
Wasn't exactly slow in the first start, was he? So...
Oh, everyone drifts through that corner.
It looks like the tailwind's really bad in that turn.
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult as well at the start of the race because it's basically like the start. It's been started again, and when you don't have clear air as well, it's a lot harder to then just go and feel where the grip's changed without, you know, taking a stupid risk around another car. So that's probably, I think both times Jonas Koskinen's ended up having some nice clear air to get sort of comfortable with everything, which has helped.
That was a close affair between Dennis and Carl. Brought up in the Savage. Is it Savage?
Yes.
Good. Savage GT2 car.
It's the one that's new for this round.
Ah.
Oh, Dennis is in the draft, but very late on the straight. Will he dare to dive?
He goes for it.
Of course he will.
Conquest go for a cutback, but I think, yeah, they've decided better of it.
I think it's just a matter of let Looney go and get on with yourself, with your own race at the moment.
Well, I would have thought for him, for Arco, because they're on a R2R3 set, I would have thought he has to put quite a lot of concentration into just driving the set avoiding flat spots and everything.
Oh, and
I would have
62 gets a drive-through.
62 for avoidable incident with 1v1.
But surely they should have decided upon what's gonna happen with a 1v1 match outside. Right.
And now, after about 50 minutes into the new race, with the very Irish Tim O'Hinian joining. Very Irish.
He's about as Irish as a kangaroo and a koala bear.
It somehow reminds me of Guinness. The old Guinness advertisements with this parrot, I think it is.
I don't remember them, so
yeah, but it fits very well together to have parrot in Ireland.
Koskinen another fastest lap, 2:32.18.
Yes, it seems like him and Dennis are a lot faster than everyone else with these wind conditions right now. Dennis has been catching up Sean at like a second last lap, so he's had a bit of bad luck with traffic this lap, but I don't think it'll be too long until there's another Dennis Lind dive bomb incoming.
Let's hope it doesn't end up at down 2-3 again.
It's definitely a very interesting choice of gearing through a couple of the corners. Uses the gear higher than the other guys.
He's using fifth through this whole section here where he just went through. It's
I guess it means you can use a shorter force gear for the sector 1, but was his teammate doing that as well?
I don't think so, otherwise
his fourth gear looks okay for it.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't think I'm always doing it, because I think I would have noticed if he was.
But anyway, it looks like Dennis is about to attempt to pass on Sean, who was in his draft at the end of the straight. Very aggressive last corner, but I think he's just lost the draft. Or actually, close. I think he's got it. I think he's got it again. He's got a little bit better top speed, so he can get into that draft. And Sean, I think, is going to fight him. Oh, they're coming up to the back marker.
Mayor keeping out of the way. Good job.
That was good driving. Not sure who by, but I was wincing, expecting Sean to crash into the back of him, and somehow they all managed to give each other enough room.
Yeah.
Sean's had pretty bad luck with the traffic. That's how I got him. Coming up to the last corner, he was stuck behind a GT2 and he tried to back off to get a good exit and it failed.
This looks like he's got my luck from South City. Except that no one's crashed into him from the GT2s yet.
Last of
Dennis
Motorsports leaving
it
the
on
pit
the
lane.
exits.
Having
Ooh,
served that
31.8 nav. Battle coming up between Oh, Rommelfanger just lets him by. Okay. Oh, I'm fine with that.
I think he knows that he
Well,
stands
Dennis
no
is
chance.
ran wide. Is Sean
Yeah,
close enough? No, he's... And there's contact between Inex and Core GT2. I'm not sure what happened.
They had contact.
Well, obviously. Kind of self-explanatory, you know?
Not always. For example, when you and Nick were having your antics at KY3 before turn 1,
Well, we made
the contact message alone didn't do it justice, trust me.
But the thing was, we didn't. Actually, we just had to reverse one half of a lap back when we said,
Antonin
okay, there's
versus
something happening.
Antonin versus virus number 63.
Dennis goes
Oh, and
inside,
Dennis
both
comes
of them.
down the inside! Oh, and almost runs wide against the 63. That was very close.
Dennis is definitely pushing
Sean
very
has
hard
to
right
wait. And is lagging. A little bit.
now. I think Sean's just going to be happy when he can finally pit and get rid of those tyres. They look horrible right now.
Yeah, they're getting towards the icy side of the temperature window. They're not as good as that one team in the first GTAL season that ran R4, R3 and a FXR at SO4R.
Wait, say that again?
In GTAL 09, before it was under NDR, the very first season.
Yeah.
At SO4R, there was an FXR team which ran R4, R3.
Oh. That doesn't surprise me.
They never even... I think the hottest those tires were when they were fresh. So what Sean's dealing with is actually nothing. They're still better than the tires were after red flag at Blackwood in GT1 World Series.
Yeah, I was when we got a red flag here, I was like, oh, that should be good for our tyres. Everyone else being on R3, R3, but then, you know, they went and
Too many
changed the
people
way they
timed
do
out.
it. For UNAS making some more contact with people.
Yay! Got quite a while to go, quite a distance to cover though until he reaches that next car in front of his, which is Conquest Racing XR. Oh, and WCL timed out.
No, they didn't.
Or was
It's-
it just a replacement driver who just came in?
No,
No.
he just they just changed drivers.
Oh,
Guess they saw it coming. Didn't Imol time out after he gave the car to Dennis as well?
no, better. He gave it to him, disconnected from the server, reconnected, and then timed out.
Maybe he was lagging and thought he timed out or something, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, but
Sounds
still
like there
a
was
bit
something.
bizarre. It's not normal, that's for sure. Tyan
Well,
and
Imol being normal
Antonin
is-
in the pits. Wasn't gonna go into that. Yeah, Core 77 and Infinity GT2, they're already ready with their service. Tide stays in the car, back out of pit lane. Axel Falk takes over from the Sami Antonin in the 77 Core car.
Really early, considering they're on R2 in a GT2, you would have thought they should easily be able to make an hour.
Oh,
Remember, oh dear, is it the
Stankos.
60? Yes. Oh, big off in the last corner. Goes on. Velikov also in pit lane. These are very early stops, and I can't really work out why.
I think the wind is probably part of the reason. I know, like,
Yeah, but these people still have proper meat on their tires. That's not the issue. Biggest tire wear I ever had was when I tried to do R2R2 with a GT2 at AS4R in XR. That was fun. I think I managed about 3 laps before my tires blew, which is not a lot.
was that in GTL?
No, we did that in testing for the 9-hour race.
Oh. Because I remember we drove R2 in GTL. That was a perfect experience. Until
Remember-
Johnny finally
Yeah,
relieved me by rolling over.
But you did it way too late!
Should have done it on that one.
Yeah. Clearly unprofessional. Why roll too late? Oh, Sedgwick and Falk have made contact. That's out of that third gear corner in the second sector.
Third gear corner in the second sector. You what, mate? There's no third gear corner in second
Well,
sector.
third sector. I'm thinking about the
Mickey is
AS5
around
sectors because for some bloody stupid reason this is split up differently than AS5, which is just complete nonsense.
Virus GT2 into pits lane.
I expect the pit lane's going to get very busy very soon.
Yes.
It was pretty busy in the first race.
Jack decided that they didn't make enough contact the first time, so they should make some more contact now.
That's true NASCAR attitude. To be honest, I don't think that the pit lane will be that busy.
Garcia in pits, Terrace in pits.
Well, let's just put it this way, if Inex doesn't pit this lap, I'm going to be waiting to be driving the car with massive damage and, like, 5th place or something, because he's going to get a puncture if he tries to do another
Stankos in
lap.
pits.
Yes. Stop that takes over from Tejes, Flores from Gracia. Stankos is still sitting there repairing damage. He's gonna give the car over to oh dear. Another driver.
A driver.
Why don't you check the connections list, Thilo, and check his name?
NX in pits. Nita Velox stays out. Also Sean in pits. Nikki stays out. Bedorian stays out. And Jenna stays out. Petra Vientius. Nice name.
I would say the closest I can get is probably Petravicius or something.
Sounds better than mine.
I think I'll go with that.
66 in
takes
bits.
over from Lydon in the Infinity car. We all know he has vans, so no more time to drive for Sean.
Yeah, that was one of the infamous conversations between drivers and race control during the red flag period. I have plans.
Takes over.
I don't care about your plans.
You missed all the nice chat.
Yeah.
Oh well, trust me, you haven't missed.
I went to watch some iRecking.
Jack made some more contact. This time with a GT1. Linda connects for Racing in Autosports.
Phil Diaz
Push
connects.
connect for 1v1 outside M7.
Dennis Lind stays out.
God bless America.
Whatever.
Nicky stays out.
But Doviaz.
Bedoviat.
Can I just ask something, Dom? How come the GT2 leader is beating your car in GT1?
No, it's not.
In the tracker it says that it is. Probably isn't right now, 'cause it's probably passed him already, but on the tracker it says that they're behind
The
them.
thing is that the tracker is
Tracker is
currently wrong, yeah. Koskinen into
What's it
pits.
wrong? What's wrong with it?
The laps from the first race are actually added to it, so that it's not a sprint race and a long race, but rather one race in two parts. LLM into pits, GT1.
So you're saying that the first part of the race isn't actually included at all in the tracker yet?
Yes.
So when they put it back together, does that mean that they're going to make the gaps?
Contact! Race green and this was it Wisniewski? No, it
No, it
was
wasn't.
That was
Lars.
gangster style.
Yeah, Gangster Star with Car Game and Lars, the polar bear.
Might be his last ever race. Global warming's really a terrible issue these days.
Well, he can move to America.
That's why he's gonna be hunted by Sarah Palin.
Oh yeah! Ooh, I forgot.
Like that makes it better.
Lind to pit lane.
I would have thought he'd be pretty close with Wantiavi. But he's actually... oh. It says he caused a yellow flag, but I guess that was just when slowing down for the pit lane.
Yeah, it's because of slowing down. Nicky into the pits and so is Jenna. That means a lead lap for Jenna number 2. Well, Jenna number 29 actually, Walsingham. Lind gets out behind Ventiavi. Ventiavi leading the list of pit stoppers.
GT2 is still comfortably led by the rest of the world, which is actually not the rest of the world at all, but...
Who still have to do the pit stop.
Still don't understand why in their number plate they spelled O for off in lowercase, but they spell it uppercase. Is it meant to be pronounced rest of the world?
I'm just amazed to see Paddy actually driving a race, you know?
Well,
You're right.
Don't push things. Next thing, we start Turbo Freak last race.
Alright.
I saw that on remote. I had to like refresh the page to make sure that it actually was true.
Car routes up with a puncture. Left front. That's obviously the tire that is open.
It's obviously the tire. It really is it.
No, I mean, it's obviously the tire which is opened up.
I think, you know, I think LF has been lame with punctures. I think they should get Pirelli to get the puncture modeling right.
Paddy in the pits. Yeah, they have got some experience.
You know, it's not fun to have a puncture if your debris doesn't take out another car or something.
Or kills another driver almost. The other day, I did a GT2 stint at KY3. I got a puncture coming off the oval, and I only lost 3 seconds to the end of the lap. That was poo.
So
No
left
idea
front
how I did
then.
it. Left front, yes, of course. It's obviously the easiest thing once you've, you know, managed to go through the spoon corner at KY3. Because the oval you can still do flat out with the downforce and shit.
Yeah, that happened to me in GTL.
So I get the question, will there be another GT World Series after this one is over? And if so, do you know when about it will be?
In 2020, and it will use XFG and GF1.
That sounds fun.
It would be in the same place as this year's roundabout. So
With XFG and UF1, yeah.
right.
You'll get Joe Holmes coming back to LFS to play.
And he's gonna be doing double duty each race, driving both cars.
Simultaneously.
Like VLN. And the Nürburgring
I
24.
actually know people who do those things.
I know.
Walsingham into the pit lane.
Garbaleski also into play, and they're repairing damage on that car.
Which means that NX leads now the race again. In front of Nita Velox.
When Yavi looks a lot more comfortable this stint, now that he's done an hour on it.
So Isaac, is your team gonna do the final race as well?
I have no idea. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't, as far as I know. I mean, there's no iRacing that clashes with it. It's kind of in the break between Pro and DWC, but I have no idea. We haven't talked about it yet.
I actually think it's a pretty good track, because it's, for once it's not, you know, one of the longest track for a 24-hour race. It's, well, I'm not gonna say it's very complex, but it's nice to drive something like KY2R for 24 hours. I remember...
As long as the curbs aren't causing an issue. That's the only real problem with that track. Well, you kinda gotta use the curbs at KY2R, you know?
Not all of them.
At least it's not as bad as it is in FO8.
Well, where you do one curb. Oh, my entire rear camber is gone. How did that happen?
Pretty much.
Happens at AS7 as well, though, in the downhill chicane.
Yeah. Maybe if we win this race, we shouldn't race, because then we'd ruin the... If we tried to do the next race, we'd either lose or break the streak of a new team signing up and winning the race.
You just have to enter as another team. That's how it works. Haven't you not seen?
Okay. We'll just like rename to iRacing.com or something and...
iRacing.com. iRacing 2.0, the next stagnation in sim racing. So, contact between Dashkevich and Kotroch. Almost. Or was there? There was, yes. Very much so. You know, technically we've not even seen 3 hours of on-track driving. And I feel like I've been sitting here for half a day.
Well, that's because you have. Both of those facts are true. Wasn't the race like red flagged for like an hour and a half?
No, it was. I think about
it was pretty much
just
1
over
hour.
an hour. Yeah.
Like, what's
in the pits
actually-
again? What's wrong with that?
Well, he made... No, he didn't. I thought it was him who made contact with Katrox, but it wasn't.
No,
so...
he just made a pit stop like laps ago or something.
Maybe he didn't
one lap.
refuel or something.
Looks like it, but he also got new tyres again, so maybe he forgot that.
Maybe he just didn't put new tyres on then.
But I could
His
swear
pit
he
stop
did.
his pit stop was pretty quick, wasn't it? So...
Yes, so it can't have been tyres. Or
Well-
maybe it was. Well,
It was one or the other, it wasn't both.
No. Well, the tyres look very new, so I would say it's tyres, but...
You said they
Yeah.
didn't. They took tyres before, so you know.
I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
even
you
sure
gotta get your
anymore.
facts right, you know.
Oh, why don't you bloody go on the server and get your facts
I am on the server.
Why don't you know then?
I wasn't paying attention.
Then don't complain.
I just joined.
Oh, Katrox and... Oh, that was
Oh
a...
dear.
How was there not a massive accident?
Because they're that pro.
Katrox can get on his way now. swear every corner that I watch Dennis Lind, he drives off the road on the exit of the corner.
See Vettel in qualifying at India.
Yeah, except that Dennis is actually driving onto grass and losing time, whereas Vettel's just cheating.
Well, you know, it's not exactly his fault that the FIA is like,
Oh no, look,
you went across the white line!
A German defending Vettel. Wow. Such nationalist.
Yeah, clearly.
Or such patriot, rather.
Such a patriot and such a nationalist. I have 4 posts on a German LFS forum.
Well, the UK don't even have a forum, so...
There's
Like,
no
that
official
just sums it
forum.
up. You said the German forum.
Yes.
No, LFS
yes.
forum. You have lots of posts on LFS forum.
Yeah,
the
but
German
there is
LFS
a
forum.
official German LFS forum as well.
That was. Basically, it still
well.
exists, but no one posts on it except for spam bots.
Yeah.
Tell you to invest in some Nigerian. That's totally not a scam.
I am rich from Nigeria. And you?
It's probably from the same guy who said he was gonna invest in Rose in the late 90s. Whatever his name is, I forgot. It's something annoying.
The closest action on track. Oh wait, that are the 2 rescue cars. Well, the 1 rescue car and Stuart Baker in the safety boat. And just to give you an imagination, they are separated by the whole pit lane. And they are currently the closest battle on track, so to speak.
Nice. It's like watching IGTC replays with automatic mode on TV Direct, and it's like, oh no, it's the pace car again.
Yeah, but sometimes this product by Sören Scharf is right about on-track action.
Oh, works brilliantly in the races without people standing in the pit lane together for no obvious reason. But, well, doesn't like pace and push cars. Not at all.
It's already a year ago since I talked to Sören.
Has that been a year?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Time's flying.
Sounds slightly unbelievable. Oh nice. On the podium picture of the Dubai 24, they put the Black Falcon #2 car with the whole left rear end missing, instead of taking a picture from when it looked half decent. That's the way to do it.
Yes, it is.
Also like how just for a pure pit stop length, Jenna number 9 is at the moment 4th on the server. Completely didn't pay attention to that.
They are even 4th overall.
Depends, because if you said it didn't count what happened in the first race, then they timed out in the first race. So
Yeah, but since they didn't lose the lap or something.
I'm not sure about that.
But
to be
I'm not
honest.
sure they were right about that, because it says that 1v1 outside, mate, are like 2 laps down already, and they haven't timed out in this race, they just failed in the first one.
Yeah.
So I think it is up to date.
I think it needs further investigation after the race. I fear.
It's just
Who's
red
where
flag,
and why.
so Jenna wins again like it should be.
Yeah, you know, there's a red flag. Jenna should be winning the race.
That's how it's always worked.
Maybe you should just extend your stint and hope and wait for a red flag to gift you the win.
Yeah.
Why is Colorado using the hazard lights?
Why shouldn't he use the hazard lights? That's the better question here.
The thing though is, when he, when the GT1 car was behind him, when Ivanov was behind him.
Oh, he's turned it off now.
Ah.
Maybe that's a way of saying, this way please, not through the middle.
Or maybe he's got the stream open in the background.
I doubt it.
Does that these days.
Even if he did, it would have been delayed, so surely after.
Yeah. He turned them off with a delay, so...
Yeah, right.
Well, if he had the stream on, I think he would like, I don't know, make sure his horn expires, he would hit it that hard, but yeah. Kotrach and Dashkevich, they are on the back straight.
They're still trying to take pieces out of each other.
Oh, Kotrach and Dashkevich!
Cheeky bump on the entry to the corner. But I think the trucks backed off and made sure he didn't gain something from that.
By the way, Flame...
Dashkevich hasn't locked up through that.
But it doesn't really equal out because Conquest are on R2, R3 and that just destroyed his front tyres. I guess he had to slam on the brakes and might have flat spotted trying to stop it.
By the way, Mr. Banhammer, Flame, told his teammates to turn off the hazard lights.
I'm being told that there's a battle for the lead in GT2 right now.
Boring. Oh yeah, there is.
Oh!
Between
I don't
Tyne
think yeah.
and Maresh.
Infinity pitted a lot earlier, so it's not legit, but...
Oh, they couldn't make that up though, so it's...
Oh, what Ella...
Oh, what the hell? Oh, and Robert! Oh dear.
I can imagine there's some Norwegian...
Oh! Oh dear. Oh, he just pushed him off the track. I'm pretty certain that Tyne just pushed the GT1 car off the track.
Arox like opened his steering out, and it was very obvious looking from helicam. He was like easily making the corner, and then he opened the steering out.
Pretty
Anyway,
dodgy driving.
He's gonna get a run back on him again.
Yeah, he's done it too soon.
I would have thought. Depends if he fights back or not.
He's done Hamilton weaving because he's such a Hamilton fanboy. Oh, I would like why doesn't Marish downshift there for a second, but he eventually did. Did some Mercedes 2013 downshift there.
Well, Mercedes in general, they've done that for the last 3 or 4 years, haven't they?
Yeah, but in my opinion, this year it was more noticeable than before.
What? Because they were actually fast?
Yes, probably, and we saw more onboards from them.
you know, like end of 2012, I think Mercedes would be like kind of discouraging people from doing onboards of their car.
You have no onboard cameras. You have no onboard cameras. No. Go have an onboard with this Marusha guy. Schätze.
Oh, Arox
that's
is weaving
blocking,
all over
to be
the
honest.
place. Oh, there's contact! How did
Well,
they not
that was
spin?
deserved.
How did they not spin?
That looks like an offense contact.
Oh, and
Maris
it's
needs
pushing
to-
him.
Right, I know that it's Arox Yaltayan who's doing the over-aggressive driving, but Maris needs to bear in mind that his teammate is by far the fastest driver in this race. He doesn't need to win the race, he just needs to not crash, and Patrick will be able to.
We don't know if Patrick is back at the car at some point.
Well, I would have thought that he's going to drive it again at some point.
It definitely.
In the race. He's done like 400 laps practice for this race, so I'm fairly sure he's going to do more
Okay,
than he does.
Yeah. That's a very good proof.
But to be honest, though, he was even trying to push him off the track before that fourth gear left-hander there. That's just ridiculous. And how he pushed that GT1 off the road is also not exactly, well, sportsmanlike.
Yeah, it's definitely pushing it. It's just whether people actually protest him or not. I think if he gets protested, he'd get a penalty, but. It's one thing if it's like an accident, but when you're deliberately doing it, it's
It can have been more deliberate. And something tells me it will be protested, to be honest.
Battle for 6th position.
In
GT1.
Yes.
On board with Rantala and his big Vandermark Transport Rotterdam rear wing.
What happened to Trox when he crashed in the last corner, I think that is? He's lost.
Wouldn't be the first time for Infinity.
Yeah, it's happened before.
Twice.
I remember the first crash I saw through the tires was when a tire spawned into Nicky's car because he cut the corner too much.
I think the first one was Jonas Koskinen, wasn't it? In the first.
Oh yeah, but
that made me make a mess.
I heard that whistle in the background.
Yeah.
Now there's some GT2 traffic. Facebook. 52 is doing a good job for the championship after the long run, and Mistake it only has 77 to worry about.
Nobody's gonna win the championship here and today, so it's kind of irrelevant.
Well, the 24-hour race,
Well, it's not
anything can still
irrelevant,
happen.
but yeah. Well, 24-hour race is still points, so...
Yeah.
And technically it's not. The 8-hour race with half and a 16-hour race with half. And then it's... Well, you get half points at 8 and 16 hours, and then you get full at 24.
In this race, is it just 1.5 times the number of points at the end of the race, or is it like...
No, it's half points at 6 hours and full at 12.
Not that it really makes a difference to me personally.
In real life it makes a difference, because usually in a Spa 24 the BMW teams retire after the 12-hour mark, so it matters to them.
Are you trying to say we should do the 24-hour race and just not bother to drive the second half of the race because that's terrible driving through the night? And just like, oh, we won the 12-hour race, that doesn't matter.
Well, in real life a 12-hour race is... if you make it to the 12-hour mark in real life in the Spa 24, it's you get half points at 6 and 12 and then full at 24. So you get half the effort at half the result at half the race distance. So, yeah. But whatever. What happens is doesn't matter. Actually matters to me, but it doesn't matter for this.
Doesn't matter today, since we're at Aston, and Ronfly actually had made a good job going through the traffic. Through the second Michelin bridge.
To get extra Michelin advertising, which is obviously very important.
Especially around Aston.
Yeah, because it's my personal sponsor after all.
Oh!
There's a Larry Sailor coming around the outside. Oh,
Suddenly,
oops.
the sailor.
Suddenly a call. And he's got that position easy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been flying. I mean, they've been out of position all race pretty much because of the crashes and whatever, so...
And the drive-through.
To be honest,
and
I
the
didn't...
extra pit stop.
I really didn't see this one coming because I was on board.
I wasn't paying attention at all to the rearview mirror. I was like, okay, there's that car in front, and suddenly,
Well, considering on that lap he did a 32.8 and all the cars in front of him did 35s and 34s, I think there's going to be a lot of action for him coming up shortly. Would have thought he'll have a good chance of getting him.
Around the outside, having his nose ahead, and just see us around.
But
She's
to be
got
honest,
a whole different
it wasn't
level of
much,
grip and
it wasn't
pace
much
right
of a pass.
Well,
It was like a different class.
The XR has about 80 horsepower in those hairspins.
Meanwhile, in the LFS thread on LFS forums, there is a discussion about how to pronounce surnames.
I'd like to know how to pronounce the Varese driver's name right now in GT1 in the 2 car.
Tim Martin.
Is he like?
Dutch.
So is he like? Oh yeah, I know that. Is he like? I remember when I looked at
guy
the
from
guys.
Corsa.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was like so old school that I didn't know who he was, or that he's new.
Well, he was in Red Line, and that means he can't be that new.
Let's see.
With that, I obviously mean the LFS Red Line, not.
Yeah,
regular Red Line.
I obviously worked that one out.
Registration date 11th February of 2004.
So he's so old that I don't know who he is, pretty much.
Oh dear.
When I say old, I mean old school. I'm not saying he's like 40 years old or something.
Yeah.
40 years old is old for you, okay.
Well, yes.
It was.
Can't count anyone who's 20 or younger old.
I feel old, and I'm not even 20 yet.
Makes me feel old thinking that I was doing LFS races 4 years ago.
I did my first league race 3 years ago.
No, it wasn't. It was more.
4
recent.
years ago. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh man.
You were doing league racing before me.
Yeah, I know. You know, I just noticed the other day that I did my first LFS kart race with the same number that Schumacher had his F1 debut in. Or with, rather.
Surely that was deliberate because.
No,
You're
it wasn't.
You're
because
German,
no,
so
no,
Schumacher
no,
boy.
no. I was driving for Tiger Express. Jan picked the numbers for the team, and he wanted some number range that included 33, and so he started with 31. And that included 32, and I happened to be 32 because I didn't really give a shit about the number.
It's always funny when suddenly the discussion starts. I only drive with this and that number being available.
Trust me, I'm not ever gonna drive a number 13 again.
Maldonado. Maldonado's fault.
I have good memories of driving with 13. I thought it was Deco's attempt to curse us in GT1 World Series last season.
Oh yeah, of course, you had 13! And you still won all the races that weren't red flagged. I would like to have number 8 for once. I like number 8.
I'd like to have number 1. Oh wait.
Number 1 isn't a nice number. That means people expect something from you.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
and
that
the
comes
pick-
by being called Inex in LFS. Everyone expects something. It's kind of stupid how many of the messages on Facebook I've got, or like
Yeah.
Skype saying, "Oh my god, are you racing?"
But not from me.
Yeah, you just messaged me drunk at 3 AM.
So what? That one's often enough. I only commented when you switched up. I didn't comment when you were like, "Oh my god, you're racing!" I don't do that.
You're German. You're too monotone to do that.
Of course. Have to, you know, you have to know who you are.
Well, how would you not know who you are?
I don't know, amnesia.
Cool DS is now getting lapped by the two fighting GT1s. but moments ago were overtaken very easily by the core car.
I just noticed something really weird.
Tell us.
Well, I was on board with Jarl Tyen, and when the GT1 leader came out to lap him, he just pulled over to the side of the track and braked and let him through. Considering what he was doing earlier on, that seems kind of weird.
It's not really Jarl
Oh,
Tyen.
it's not weird. It's called selectiveness.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's
Who did he let by?
NX.
Oh no. Oh well.
He wants to join NX.
Oh,
No.
isn't that cute?
Yeah. Maybe he's scared of Simon just playing random stuff through stereo mix to annoy him for the rest of his life if he holds us up.
Actually, there's an easy way to avoid that. Don't go on TeamSpeak.
Or just ban Simon, which is our usual policy.
Oh.
If in doubt, ban Simon.
I remember that nice day when we kicked Wilco so much that he had lead connections, and before he could screenshot it, I kicked him again.
Yeah, he was pretty mad.
But it was worth it. To be honest, these days it would probably take 13 or 37 years to get 1337 connections. Oh, contact between Virus and Maresh.
Heavy contact as well.
No, well,
Looks like Byres are letting them back through.
But they both
But at least
lost
it's
time.
heated their tyres back up nicely. They didn't lose that much time, they lost 3 seconds or so. 3 or 4 seconds. But it seems like it's only a matter of time until Byres pass the rest of the world. I would have thought Byres are going to pit first, so.
To be honest, I thought Virus would make up more positions by passing the rest of the world than they are going to.
Question
Dom.
to the commentators.
Yes.
Who is your favorite driver of this race and why?
Myself, because I'm the best, clearly.
Matty, because he's my teammate.
That's biased.
And yes, he's too annoying to vote. Yes, he and Simon are too annoying to voters. Yes, he spoke to me before braking zone and made me flat spot and look like an idiot, so he's not gonna. He isn't my favourite. Looks like things are starting to spread out a lot in GT1 though. You got like the top two and then everyone else.
My favorite driver most likely was Chris Ford, simply because we commentated last race together.
I think those 9 and 29 cars would be good.
CSF is too Scottish to favourite driver. Maybe I should change my vote to being Jarl Tyron because he let us through.
Okay.
Then you affiliate yourself with someone who pisses people off.
Yes.
That might bite back, you know. I'd rather stick with 9 and 29. Oh, Dashkevich makes contact with Falk.
They completely destroy the chicane.
Oh.
And then they make some more contact on the exit.
Oh! I just switched.
We tried to high five each other.
The 56 just thought, okay, I like tires, I take all of them in the final chicane.
Was
like,
it the great talent
all.
of Harry Harrow through the chicane? Or anything of the like.
What teams do you race for? Okay, well, Isaac is racing for Linux, and Dom was racing previous rounds for Jenna. Just to cut this question short.
Surely they should notice that by our obvious bias.
Obvious bias?
Yeah. Well, you said your favourite cars were the two Gen R cars, and I said my favourite driver was an NX driver, so...
Not bias.
That might be some conspiracy.
No conspiracy.
So, and as we are seeing the first one connecting to server, we're going to break the stream up and restart it in a bit, so we don't have this we don't have to do this during the pit stops. So, see ya.